In this problem, we're going to find the equation of a tangent line at a trig in a trig function here. So we have y equals negative cosecant x, and it's through a point. So it seems like the trig ones are what are causing problems a lot of times with tangents, and I want to review the process. So first thing you do is take the derivative. The derivative is the slope of the tangent line, and so the derivative of negative cosecant. The derivative of cosecant is negative cosecant cotangent. So we have two negatives. So the derivative of negative cosecant is cosecant x cotangent x. And you could just find your trig values this way and plug them in. We want to know the value when at x is pi over 3. So if you make a unit circle, pi over 3 and pi over 6 have similar values, you can use your hand trick. This would be putting your index finger down, so it would be a thumb, short index finger, so remember everything is over 2. So the cosine would be 1 over 2, and the sine would be radical 3 over 2. It's always the radical number of fingers. Radical 1 is 1. So the x coordinate is the cosine, and the y coordinate is the sine. Okay, you could also say, alright, I have a right triangle, this is 60, the radical 3 side is always opposite the 60, the 1 is here, the 2 is here. So cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, sine opposite over hypotenuse. You can do it that way, either way. So you can do reciprocal action over here, or if you're worried about getting the wrong trig value, this is 1 over sine times cosine over sine, which means the sine was radical 3 over 2, so 1 over radical 3 over 2 would be the reciprocal of radical 3 over 2, or 2 over radical 3. And then we have the cosine over the sine. The sine is radical 3 over 2. And we have if you multiply by the reciprocal, the halves cancel out. So we really end up with 2 over 3. Remember, the derivative is the slope of the tangent line. So we now have the slope and a point, and that is all you need to make the equation of any line. So we go to our formula, y minus negative 2 radical 3 over 3 times m, or equals m times x minus pi over 3. And usually, well, this becomes a plus here. When you circle this right there, that's a plus, so to move it over is minus. So you might have it in this form. You might see the answer in this form. And you also might see this whole thing distributed through, and you combine like terms, but for right now we're just going to leave it like that. So if you're going to check your answer, when you graph cosecant, you graph it as 1 over sine. If you calculate where this line right here touches the cosecant function, should be at the point that you are given. You can verify your answer. So that's the equation of a tangent line process for a trig function.